All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is the last stream for the week. I have stuck to what I was supposed to do this time, and we have done some serious stat grinding on curtains. We just kited Gary, the great white gorilla, totally cheesed him with crossbows and then dragging him into beak things. It was about as anticlimactic and boring as it gets, but that was part of how we got her trained up so well. Is just fighting with Gary, getting him weakened enough to where it was safe, putting him in a bed, and doing it the old school way of just fighting him until we were absolutely spectacular. So we have 99 dexterity as well as 91 strength. We got that from heading to Mongrel for our training backpack. And we have made a few acquisitions. We got Gary. We were able to purchase Phineas. We finally got us a pond skimmer. And we randomly got Betty. The most random one was not Arnold. Where are you? Hector. Where'd you go? Hector, who's a hybrid defender, one of those hybrid guardians that's wandering around. He got injured nearby, so we healed him up and collected him too. So right now we've got quite the menagerie here. Keeping these animals fed, I'm telling you what, has been a nightmare. I can keep enough food. They just randomly decide to stop eating it. Like how they're doing that, they'll just quit. I still don't know why or how. It seems like the best I can do is put them in this random formation following Grace and physically move them. And that seems to take care of it sometimes. But then if anything happens, it messes it up. And they seem to want the cooked vegetables over just grabbing stuff out of Grace's backpack. So it's kind of just crazy. We did acquire 2 weak thralls. These guys are doing the farming for us. We just needed a couple extra hands, and it made the most sense. We don't want any other characters really. It's just Conro and Curtains and the animals. So we do have these weak robots that are just headless, brainless robots to do your bidding. We have gotten her stats up really well, but we haven't acquired better gear. We could get better gear, a better weapon. There's a lot of stuff we could improve on. We have upped our science quite a bit, but we haven't really acquired everything we need to research the animal stuff. I don't know where to find the mad bulls. I've got to find those. The mod doesn't really describe it. I know where to find the Shokun kids and Elderbeak things. It looks like we don't get in trouble for fighting beak things. It doesn't ruin our relationship, so we're probably going to get after that. And now that we're stronger, I'm a little tempted to try out the light armor again, which is why we held on to it. I just think it suits us a lot better. Oh, I didn't realize I had a masterwork leather shirt. But yeah, we'll give the light armor a shot again, see how it feels. We haven't gotten to do her toughness training yet, so it'll probably still feel bad, if I'm being honest. But we'll play it out. We'll see. Give it a shot. We need to purchase more robot repair kits and more first aid kits. We are done with our strength training montage. I was basically slow walking across the whole map. So anytime I would go to do something, I would just take that heavy backpack with me. And that's what took our strength up to 90. You can go all the way to 99 or 100, but it takes forever. And I would like to move about the map in a semi useful amount of speed, at least while we're on stream. So we're going to stick to the light armor. And we're going to try and get at least a pickaxe thing. So see, we're able to just pick them up and even loot them. And I don't think it's harming our reputation with them. So we're going to get all the pickaxe thing teeth we need and do that crafting. Like, we're not going to wait on that. But we need to get some healing kits and things like that. We scooped up money from Beak Thing eggs, grabbing some hash and running it. We've done everything you can think of just to try and keep enough money to buy off the tax collectors. But that got old, so eventually I just told them to bite me. And they were like, okay, I guess I'll just attack you. So I've been leaving Edgar and Polly to guard the base, and it's pretty epic. The only thing that sucks is when the thug raids come through, because we told the Traders Guild to piss off. They just run in, grab our food, and run. And I'm not set up to really stop that. So it's just kind of an inconvenience we deal with. I basically would have to build a real base and set up turrets and turret robots, and maybe we'll do that. Maybe we're at the point of we need to do that. Maybe we want to set up where there's more unfriendly animals so that we have plenty of food to eat. But my animals are just deciding not to eat randomly, so like it's not like it gets easier just because there's plenty of food. Even when Conro has infinite food stored up, they just stop eating. So I've got to figure out a way to get around that, because my mod that stops animal hunger doesn't work on any of the modded animals. And it's so silly. I really wish there was a better way. None of them can use the backpacks they're supposed to be able to use. It's frustrating. I should have stuck with the base Kenshi animals, but we'd have been done with the playthrough already if I did that. So it's hard to say what's the very best. It really is. But we do have her with her new arms up to 140 strength, her attack up to 89. She's only got what, -2? And I don't even know, what does she have a -2 from? Oh, the backpack, duh. So she's a very, very capable fighter at this point that's going to do a ton of damage. I want to feel out the other arms that give dexterity and strength now that her strength is so high, and see which one really feels better. Because we should attack even faster with an with extra dexterity. So I'm really interested in checking that out. Oh yeah, we need the healing kits. We'll take all of that. We probably could use the ancient science books, but we're going to hold off on that. We need equipment more than anything else. The inevitable turf war here at Flats Lagoon has started. It's always funny how this just will happen. There's no getting around it whatsoever. I'm not going to bother. We've got enough money for now. At least I think we do. But we're going to head to Black Desert City and the scrap house, see if we can get the arms we want, as well as the KLR legs, maybe. It really depends on how much money we end up spending. But I'd like to hit up the Armor King too and just see. At this point, I should just get crafters going. We may get a crafter and have them set up to do all sorts of crafting. We'll need robots for that, though. We're going to have to get more and more robots. And then we'll have to just make a random friend for Kurtains to come and craft armor, because I can't be bothered to use anyone but a Scorchlander for crafting. But we could have them craft her, really cool animal armor and animal weapons, and it'll just take time to get them up to speed. Like, it's always something I regret not doing sooner, just getting a crafter started. But you either have to build a base that has a pipeline that produces metal or produces some kind of fabric, and you've got to have that early, really early. And they can't be getting injured, they can't be getting touched, or it screws up their crafting, and everything they make will be junk. If you try to swim through that water, Just don't do it. You know you can't swim for nothing. Just don't do it. But there are several kinds of armor and weapons that we can make once we get all of the right material. I haven't caught the right animals at the right quantity to do it though. I need to figure out where these mad bulls are, and I need to get more pickaxe thing teeth. Oh, and not show up with a full backpack when I'm buying limbs. Oh, I don't want to sell food. Okay, hold on. Well, we'll use him to restack our stuff. That's fine. That all should have been in the other inventory anyway. There we go. Nice and neat. No big deal. We want the KLR Masterwork. That's what we're after. KLR arm left. KLR arm right. Beautiful. Now that costs a lot of money, so we're going to check on weapons and we're going to check on armor before we worry about getting the other legs. The other legs will just, we won't be as fast, which is kind of not as cool, but all that really does is increase our loading screens per minute. That's all the legs really accomplished. We're not actually getting anything done faster because we have these legs, sadly. Come on, man. I need a better falling sun. What is wrong with you? So disappointed. Most of your stuff is garbage. What are you doing to me, man? We've had the worst vendor luck this playthrough that I have ever had. I guess we'll hit up the Armor King and then we're gonna go hunt pickaxe thing teeth. So we were at like 140 strength. Now we're at like 107. So we do lose a pretty considerable amount of strength because that's yeah, 23. But we gained a lot of dexterity. So we went from a dexterity of 86. Well, basically the flat 99 when we're not injured. So 99 to 103. Well, again, it'll be more when we're not injured. We'll have to check out what not injured looks like. Oh, getting to the Armor King is going to be pure sadness, too. So this is the part that's a total nuisance, is I have to go through these guys and check them all every now and then, because they'll just die. I've had someone down to like seven hunger. They were going to starve to death momentarily if I hadn't caught it. And it's such a hassle. If there was, a lack of food or I left them somewhere, it would be different. But they're just deciding not to eat. And it's obnoxious. but we're gonna see if they have light or heavy armor at the Armor King. No, you need to be like over here. What are you doing? Okay, so here's where we can get. There are cannibals on this area, so I need to be careful and make sure I don't get eaten. But these Sokunen's child have some of the items we need for our crafting. We are already injured from the acid, so I gotta watch out for that. Oh, come on. Attack all. You can see we're doing some pretty crazy damage. But we're also getting hurt. Having the light armor is already feeling like a huge mistake. Not having acid immunity too is not great, but that will cut into our damage if we do that. We're chopping through the cannibals just fine, but we're taking too much damage. We're gonna get caught. I hate letting that opportunity slide by, but we were already too injured as it was. We do have to be careful though, because if the cannibals wander by, they'll just scoop me up and then I'm off to dinner. It really did suck having this like instantly be knocked down low enough for it to be dangerous. We need Kurtains to be able to do some stuff solo. Bringing the really big scary guys with us is also a huge pain in the butt because they're too big to follow us effectively. So they get stuck, so you have to carry them and drop them, and it looks silly. It's not as can't get into it as much. Wait, do these not have a swimming penalty? No, they do. We're just so good at it, I guess. I just feel like we're swimming way faster than we normally would. I guess without the heavy armor on top, it helps. But if you look, yeah, we got a little over 20 dexterity out of that trade off. So I wonder what our damage is going to look like now. So we can get specialist leg plates and chest. We could get Masterwork Light Armor. That'll take us up to 58% versus 70 and 90. That's just a lot more damage reduction. It's hard to say what we want. That is Masterwork quality. We like that. The Unholy Pants don't affect athletics, just stealth, and they're specialist. We can see if we can get those colored, but I don't think we can. Well, we got the money. May as well spend it. That way we'll at least have the choice. But overall, not anything too great. I guess I can sell him back that chess piece. $40, $51, $80. So this is better protection though, so we're actually not going to buy that. Probably just lost money on that, but that's okay. Now I just want to get the hell out of here and go pick up some pickaxe thing teeth. We also could look at maybe just keeping the half helm. Well, but we don't get the dust storm prevention. But that'll let us kind of have the stylized look we were going for, but still have the maximum protection. So if you look at the difference, it's 52, 70, 90, 37. Yeah, there's no comparison. It's way less damage taken. Nomads, eh? We're already up here. Let's head to the Cannibal Plains, and we'll get our materials for that. Let's head home. What do we need for that research? We need 12 teeth. And we have 2, so we need 10 more. Goddess? Oh, man. So this is the big one. That's the big scary one. Are we even on par with this thing? Or are we just gonna get wrecked? Oh man. It hits so hard. And it knocked us out with one hit in heavy armor. Like, what just happened? We got dunked on. That's a freaking Pokemon. We can't mess with that thing. Holy. Well, that's more than a little disappointing. This is like the worst place on earth to take a nap, but our chest is pretty much caved in. That's insane. I can't believe that just happened. Some of these modded monsters are probably not meant to be taken on one-on-one. We're going to have to bring friggin' Edgar with us. Not even Polly. We're going to have to bring Edgar with us to deal with some of these guys. That's okay though. That is kind of the point, right? We're a monster tamer. We use our monsters to tame other monsters, but whew, I I thought being at 85 toughness in specialist heavy armor would mean something, and I learned today. All right. Let's see if there's anything we can fight out here. These are still tough, like really tough. Not nearly as bad as that other one though. That other one was hitting way too hard. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. We're just here for teeth. We're not gonna worry about that nonsense. Oh, my food is not here. Well, that's unfortunate. Once we get 10 teeth from those things, though, we'll head out. Get the heck out of cannibal territory without backup. Whoa, there is a fight going on down here. Some cannibal versus cannibal action with a ton of those things. Wow, there's different Sokun's childs on both sides. Alright, we only need 2 more teeth. Ooh, I'm not in the mood for getting surrounded by those things, though. So 110, 101. Yeah, we're getting way more out of the strength arms. Yep. Okay, so more raw damage, higher strength to deal with injuries. We'll take it. I think we were attacking faster, though. I guess maybe that's the trade-off. Yeah, it does seem like we attack faster. We're back to getting surrounded again. I'm not really wanting to do that. Leave me alone. Yep, that's all we needed. We're out of here, folks. And we're just going to go along the coast. We're not going to run through all of that Holy Nation territory nonsense that's just swerving mountains that you can barely walk through. No one's trying to starve to death. That's always reassuring. So now we just need to grab beak thing teeth. We'll say we'll grab 10 of those just to be safe. But I don't want to load the home base because that's what'll trigger any nonsense going on there. And then I've got to reset the animals and keep double checking them. We do know now, though, if we go to the Cannibal Plains, there's a unique red and white land bat that we can grab. We just need to bring Edgar with us. So yeah, this will let us. We'll get home. Well, at least close to home. Pick up the pickaxe thing teeth we need. And then I think one of the other things I really need to look at is changing locations for the base. Being in the United Cities territory is kind of for the birds. I don't think I would mind the Raptor Island because I could make sure that I put up. All I have to do is put out some crops, and they'll come and attack the crops, and we'll attack them. So that'd be plenty of food. But they don't seem to eat animals they kill very well. So I'll probably have to just keep dealing with food the way I have been. But if we could have less raids on the base, that would be good. It would make it less of a nuisance. The only problem is lugging any animals home to there would be tragic. Basically, any raid that tries to take our food is a huge nuisance. That's like what we don't want. Well, we can at least see the menagerie take it to him. Was he the only one there? Oh no, they're coming. Yeah, when you watch Edgar get in there, it's just pure carnage. Let's have Polly come over here and get after these guys. These three should be on passive and running away. So our animals are making real light work of these guys. It's just a matter of keeping everybody who's not a fighter safe while they do that. That seems to have done it. And we'll have her hand this stuff over to Conro. If we can figure out where he's at. Yep. Well, now that we know we want heavy armor too, we can ditch the light armor and just give up on that dream. Turn these in. Shokun Kid's weapon. We're gonna have you doing research. And then we need to find more pickaxe things that we can just scoop up for no reason. Hmm. I wonder why I can't just pick them up now. Well, Edgar, you're up. Yeah, it's weird that for a while there I was able to just pick them up and now I can't. Yeah, this is gonna be annoying. I'm not gonna be able to just do it. Oh, there it goes. There's one I can just pick up. Looks like maybe it has something to do with if they're patrolling. Let's go see if that was enough of them. There we go. Then we need Leviathan Eaters, Grieve Wraiths, and a Queen Skimmer. And Mad Bull. Maybe we have to do basic weaponsmithing before we can do that. Who knows? Human chopper. Soldering iron. Vampiric saber. Spike fang hellblade. Oh boy. And what do these cost? Iron plates, that's it. We're not worried about that or that. Not worried about that. So all of these just use the different models. None of these are anything too fancy. They're just, I wonder if they're better. Vampiric Saber, damage versus Hellhounds, okay. Damage versus humans. The Giraffe Chopper. Damage versus Beak Thing and Pickaxe Thing. Attack bonus. Whoa. I didn't even realize some of these bonuses. Holy cow, the attack bonus is gnarly. The Giraffe Chopper might be a thing. Huh. Give Grace some more food to hold on to. So we're definitely going to want a weapons crafter. And we're going to want an armor crafter. Because that plus 24 to attack is just insane. That's crazy. I don't even know who said that was okay, but I'm proud of them. Alright, so we need to recruit. We need Grieve Wraith. We need to find the Mad Bulls. And we need the Leviathan Eater. So we're going to have to bring Edgar with us if we want to accomplish this. The question is, how do we set up a crafter? We could buy them a place in Squin and level them up that way. I don't see any world where I bring them out here and they get anything meaningful done. We'd have to have a whole setup. Yeah, I'll look into it if there's a cheesy way I can get someone that has a really high crafting stat. Maybe there's someone in the game that has it that I can go and recruit. That would be sweet. Alright, I'm going to ditch this backpack as well. So the first thing we need to do is recruit someone. The very first thing we need to do is recruit someone and get them set up. But we're gonna need, I guess we'll start with an armor crafter. Level their armor smithing first to make us a bunch of money. No Scorchlanders here. That is less than convenient. Try Black Scratch, see if they have one. Come on, guys, just one Scorchlander. That's all we're looking for here. Well, I guess we'll head out. Hit the way stations. I really was hoping we'd find one closer to home. Maybe this way station will have someone for us. If not, I'm about to go grab a Crabtown guy and call it even. I feel like my game is gonna crash any moment now, just watching that thing fly around. Yeah, Edgar, why don't you try and just stay with us and we'll see how it goes. It's already not going well. He didn't even move. There we go. Dezerka? Alright. And then the safest place I know to set up a crafter is easily Squin. Oh man, we're just gonna run Edgar home. We're gonna have to bring Curtains back. He'll starve to death before he can even make it home. Their hunger rate is insane. No, I guess we're here. So we'll let Curtains keep going over to Squin. Well, that did it. Until it didn't. Conro got wiped out. We don't need any of this junk. This is probably the last playthrough where I'll try to recruit any animals I have to feed, though. This is obnoxious. Just trying to keep those turds alive. Like, look, Edgar's already trying to starve to death. Like, what's your problem, bro? But we'll get Dezerka going on crafting, and then we'll go pick up Edgar. Well, do we even want to do that? I feel like now that we have our heavy armor back on, we should take our new skills for a spin, see what animals we can take on. We also could do her toughness training. We'll have to hit Morn and grab the backup limbs, but that wouldn't be bad. But yeah, we'll start with getting Dezerka up to, 90-ish armor smithing and make a bunch of money from that. And then we'll start working on his weapon smithing. And we'll have Kurtains going around the world trying to get what she can as far as materials go. I wonder if we'd be able to. I bet I could pin the animals in and kick them out of my team. And then I wouldn't have all of these problems. We could still collect them, but not keep them in the group the whole time. Maybe that's the fast and easy solution, We'll have like one or two animals that we check on to keep fed. And they defend the base, but everybody else is just kind of there as part of the zoo. The only problem is I think they'll attack doors if we trap them in a real pen. Let's see. If we pick out an area over here, storage, building materials. That should leave just enough room for humans to get through. Yep, but the animals should get stuck. Oh, Phineas can get in and out. but he's the only one. Looks like Phineas can get in and out no matter what. We'll have to keep him on the roster here. But nobody else can run in and out. It's just Phineas. So because if nothing else, later if we decide we want them in the group or we figure out a better way to do this, we can always put them back in the group by just beating them down, picking them up. Arnold, you can stay out since you don't starve. Same with Hector. We'll go ahead and save to make sure this doesn't go crazy. And then we should be able to take these guys and boot them out. Yeah, seems like that did the trick. They're no longer tripping balls. Oh, we need to look up basic clothing manufacturing. We still got a lot of research we need to do. Let's see, smithing, clothing manufacture, and hats and headgear, right? Yeah, I probably need hats and headgear.
Microphone on.
Okay, we need a clothing bench. And then we'll need fabric storage and armor storage. So that ought to last Dezerka on his own a long time. Oh yeah, I'm gonna want torch posts. So I need 3 more building material. No. Okay. Well, you should be good to go / not need curtains anymore. We need Grieve Wraith. Gosh, what was it? Edgar, just stop trying to die. Thank you. We need to find the Mad Bulls. Desert Queen, Grieve Wraith, and yeah. I don't think we're going to be able to take down very many of those on our own. Make this Gwyn. We can see if we can take down a Grieve Wraith. And we can try and locate the Mad Bulls, but there's just... We're not taking down that Leviathan Eater on our own, and we're not taking down some of the other things we've run into on our own. I don't know about the Grieve Wraith or the Skimmer Queen, but the Leviathan Eater, I'm almost certain we're not going to be able to. Question is, where do we think we would find the Mad Bull? Maybe somewhere crazy like Berserker Country or the Fog? We can go try the Fog. I think there were Grieve Wraiths there, but I fought a Grieve Wraith here the other day. He just stomped me out. Okay, so it's Skinner's Rome that has them. Okay. Yeah, I was in the right place. So the big mod I have that added a bunch of these guys in didn't tell me where, but then I just realized that it's mostly a collection of mods. So when I went to the individual mod for that individual animal, I've been able to find out where they're supposed to be at least. There we go. And these things are freaky looking. Let's see how we do. Well, that was easy. That guy absolutely demolished us the last time we tried to deal with him. What do I need? Grieve Wraith. I need 12, so I need to kill 2 more. Then here's our pen full of the rest of our animals still safe and sound. But I don't have to worry about feeding them, which is nice. I just have to check Polly and Edgar, really. And Gary, but Gary never seems to have trouble eating. Let's see how we do against some hungry guys. Oh, hit him with the kick. Gotta love the big sweeping circular attacks. Oh, the limbs. Oh, we're doing them dirty. Oh, we forgot our sleeping bag. We could do our toughness training here soon, too. I'll probably do that off screen, but it's just making these guys mad and then hopping into a bed. Hopping into a sleeping bag right quick. No reason to show them mercy. These guys would have killed us for our food. We gotta see if we can find more of those Grieve Wraiths. Oh, there's a primeval gorilla. That's a different type. But we're not trying to catch one right now. Quick hunting session wouldn't be bad though. We could use the food. Gotta make some money while we're at it. Dust Bandit loot's pretty good loot. At least for how we're doing it. Oh, I murdered Braun, huh? That's interesting. I don't remember anyone named Braun. Come on, Curtains, you gotta get in there. Take out those bowmen. Oh, some woman. He's not gonna be pushed around by some woman. I don't know. It looks like you are, buddy. Just taking him down on the running slash. So what's great about these guys is I can just grab the cats off of them, make some quick money without having to go even hit a town to sell it. Ooh, some of them at 2,000. Oh, he lost a leg. But yeah, we went from, 4 digits to 27,000 cats pretty quick. Oh, yeah, somebody's doing my work for me. Here we go. Ooh, he still hits hard. Still gotta figure out where the Mad Bulls are. Forbidden Bull. Hmm. I'm not sure what added the Mad Bull or where that came from. It wasn't animal variety. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put some effort into finding the Mad Bulls. Rust Spider. We just need one more Grieve Wraith. Oh, it didn't work. Oh boy. Selling this stuff's always a hassle. There it goes. The Demon Prince is another one that's pretty badass. That's from the variety and whatnot. What is this? More Hungry Bandits? Usually take them out on site anyway. We're really not that worried about it though. We really want to find this last Grieve Wraith. Let's slow down a little bit. Those are just regular wild bulls. We keep running into these big batches of hungry bandits. What now that I don't have my sleeping bag? It's just plain aggravating. There's probably no power at Squin. I'm not going to take the time to build them power infrastructure, I don't think, but we'll see. How's your progress coming? Already at 21. Like, yeah, we'll be fine. We'll just deal with the power outages. Seriously, more hungry bandits than we would know what to do with. But Grieve Wraiths, those are in short supply. I mean, I get it, they're probably a somewhat rare spawn, but damn. I don't want to have to just hang out here to get one. What? About ran right past one. Alright, we'll have to come back out here to catch one at some point, but for now, we got what we came for here. We can sell some stuff in Flats Lagoon. Conro, double check what was the research for Grieve Wraith. Okay, it's 3 different kinds of weapons. And then Desert Queen's the next one we want to do because that'll have armor, and we're doing armor first. So I'm going to let my armor smith keep rolling. I'm going to get this stuff returned. I'll probably knock out some toughness training on Kurtains and just gather the materials from the different animals. And when I figure out where the mad bulls are, at the very least, since we've seen the queen skimmers already, at the very least I will show me getting those. Same with the Leviathan Eater. I'll show me getting those, or at least go show them again, because I don't know if I've shown those in the game or not. Oh, hey, there's lots of food here. Great. Gotta love showing up to an old base and just finding what you need. Plenty of money, that's always good. Then we gotta hit Morn. And then we'll head back to base. And then we'll need to buy another sleeping bag. Just because I don't feel like hunting down what the heck I did with the other one. Animal variations, add more animals. Yeah, that's it. So one of them had to have added the mad bulls, I just don't know where. Add animal research. Mad bull. I feel like this is where the wolf stuff was too, but it could have been down here. No, yeah, Hound Armor. And I got that from the Hellhound, so it's gotta be one of those style mods. Huh. Well, they're not in the burning forest. We'll head up here. I'm gonna close it out. I'm gonna get that training done, and I'm gonna go looking for these mad bulls. And if it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna find those dang things while we're getting our armor up and running. I forgot to drop these off at home while I was over there. I guess we're still not much further than Flats Lagoon. But yeah, we'll wrap up the stream there. We've got Kurtains to where she's very strong, very high dexterity, very capable fighter. Melee attack is 92, and heavy weapons is 81, but that'll slowly come up as we keep fighting. But yeah, we were able to get some good captures. We got some of the weapons researched, but then realized that if we want a good one, we're going to have to get a crafter going. So I will get that going. By the time Monday rolls around, we should have an excellent weaponsmith and armor smith, and I should at least know where all of the materials are. But I'll wait to get everything but the Queen Skimmer, since we've seen them, and all it really is just getting enough of them in order to get the materials. So I will catch you all Monday, and we will go over the new equipment that we researched.